There's two certainties in life: death and taxes. We're going to be talking about taxes today. First, welcome to the Modest Millionaire with GNZ Financial. I'm Scott Hilliard. So, again, today we're talking about taxes, specifically the new Trump tax bill and what it means for you and your financial plan. So, as a background, on July 4th, President Trump signed into law the One Big Beautiful Bill Act. Gotta love that name. And we've highlighted 10 key provisions that the Trump tax bill has and what it means for your financial plan. So the 10 key items we're going to be talking about is tax bracket clarity. This did create some clarity in the tax brackets. Before, there was some uncertainty of when the old tax brackets would expire. Now we have some fixed and permanent brackets and tax rates. The higher standard deductions, we've seen a little increase here. Love it. Social Security taxes. A lot of uncertainty out there in the news of what this means for individuals. We'll talk about it today and provide you some clarity of what it really means. Number 4, charitable contributions. So now for people that are taking the standard deduction, we now have the ability to take a deduction on our federal return. Love it. Number 5, state and local tax deductions. The amount has increased of what we're able to deduct on our federal return. Trump accounts. So now there's a new savings vehicle for kids for college planning or for their first house. We'll talk about the details of that. And overtime income and tip income. There's some tax breaks for that. Love it. We'll talk about the details. Number 8, auto loan interest. You can now deduct a certain amount of interest on your auto loan if it's a new vehicle assembled in the U.S. We'll provide the details. And number 9, we've seen an increase in the estate and gift tax exemptions, an increase in the dollar amount there. We'll provide the detail. And number 10, take action. A lot of changes here. These changes are going to impact every American. Let's help you understand the details of this and make certain you are implementing these things as part of your overall financial plan. Again, welcome to the Modest Millionaire. Let's get into the details. So at GNZ Financial, we have the distinct privilege to support a lot of clients that we call the Modest Millionaire. And if you've built your wealth the old-fashioned way, through hard work and dedicated savings, if you've accumulated a net worth of $1 million or you're working towards that goal, if you're uncertain about all the economic conditions and market conditions, and you're looking for ways to manage risk, and if you're hoping and praying for a better life for your kids and grandkids, well, if this describes you, then welcome to the Modest Millionaire. You're in the right place. So let's talk about those details of the Trump tax bill. Number 1, tax bracket clarity. So the Trump tax bill provided some clarity on the tax brackets. The old tax brackets set in 2017 were set to expire in 2026, which caused a lot of uncertainty in tax planning. Today, the brackets are now fixed and permanent. Higher standard deductions. So we love this. So now we're seeing an increase in the standard deductions for individuals. That amount is now $15,750. For married couples, it's double that, $31,500. So a slight increase from last year. I love that it's increasing. And Social Security taxes. Again, there's been a lot of conflicting information out there on the news. Social Security remains taxable at the federal level. However, seniors that are age 65 and older can claim an additional deduction. That's a $6,000 per year deduction, and it's available now through 2028. So for some individuals with your standard deduction and now this additional $6,000 deduction, they won't have income taxes. But other individuals will still have to pay taxes, and their Social Security might still be subject to taxes. So a little clarity there, $6,000 additional deduction than what we had before. So that's great news. Charitable contributions. So now people that are using the standard deduction, so they didn't itemize on their taxes, they used the standard deduction. You can now deduct cash gifts to charities up to $1,000 for an individual or $2,000 for a married couple. So this was a change in the rules since 2017. when deductions for charitable contributions were not available for people using this standard deduction. So again, I love this, a great change. And now people are rewarded for those charitable contributions if you're taking the standard deduction. So we're seeing a little decrease on our tax return. Again, love it. State and local taxes. So there's now an increase in the amount that we can deduct for our federal tax return for income and property taxes to state and local governments. The new amount is now $40,000. This is an increase and really probably won't impact that many viewers, but people in California and New York could definitely see the benefits of this. Trump accounts. So for now, children born between 2025 and 2028, the federal government's established a new savings vehicle that they call a Trump account. And now the federal government's going to contribute $1,000 to this new account, which is great. And this account we can also access for college or for your first time home. There's some other restrictions like IRAs. But again, I love that we have this new savings vehicle. And I love that the government's putting $1,000 in there for us. Great. So for people that are planning for college, though, while we love this $1,000, we love the concept of the Trump account, we still think that the 529 beyond that first $1,000 is more beneficial. So continue to evaluate your savings vehicles for kids and college. Overtime and tip income. So for 2025 through 2028, people working in the service industry or hourly employees, we're seeing a great tax change. And this is up to $25,000 in tip income is now excluded from taxable income. Love it. And up to $12,500 for a single individual or $25,000 for married individuals is deductible for overtime income. So again, we're going to see some people, paying less in taxes because of this change. And we like that. Auto loans. So if you bought a new car assembled in the U.S., you can now deduct some of the interest that you've paid. And that's up to $10,000 in interest can be deducted. But again, it's for new cars, not used vehicles. And also one thing to note is the old electric vehicle or the clean vehicle credits. Those were eliminated for cars acquired after, so purchased after September 30th, 2025. Estate and gift taxes. So we've seen an increase in the amount that we can take for an exemption for gift taxes and the federal estate tax. So now we're at $15,000 per person or $30,000 for a married couple. So again, a nice increase here. And for especially our high net worth families, this represents a great opportunity for wealth transfer, that we can transfer that money without any estate tax. So great news. So again, number 10, take action. So again, there's a lot of changes here. It's going to impact every American in one way or another. We want to make certain you understand those changes and you're taking action. So a couple things. Review your charitable giving strategies for 2025 in the coming years. All right, as we mentioned, now for people that are taking the standard deduction, that's now deductible. And Roth conversions. So maybe moving money from a traditional IRA to a Roth IRA. Now we have clarity on tax brackets. Now we know that some of these deductions are set to expire in 2028. So we could be in a lower tax bracket now than in the future. So maybe this is a great opportunity for a Roth conversion. And then again, some of these tax advantages and deductions expire in 2028. Let's make certain we're taking advantage of them while we can. And then again, make certain you're looking at your estate plan, your will and your trust, and making certain we're thinking about how these impact that plan. And also for estate taxes, we have some ability to take advantage of those higher exemption amounts. So again, thank you for watching. We're the Modest Millionaire with GNZ Financial, and we're here to help. So please, let's connect. You can subscribe to our channel, and we also offer the opportunity for the Modest Millionaire family to schedule a complimentary one-on-one meeting. Those meetings typically are held over Zoom and last 15 minutes. In that meeting, we'll talk about your unique situation and your path. Our goal is to make that road as smooth as possible for you. And let's talk about your unique situation and how we can help. Thanks, and have a great day.